morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today for our CREF webinar. We have two fantastic speakers today. We have Juliette from WIN, which is the Women's Industry Network. And we also have Jose from SEMA. I know I get questions all the time about the opportunities for instructors and students at SEMA. So please feel free to ask Jose anything and be able to get your questions answered. Juliette and Jose don't have official slides, so they'll just be presenting. But again, please feel free to put all the questions in there. Both will have a similar format and talk a little bit about their past as well and how they got to their position. So I hope that is interesting information. And so I will kick it off with Juliette from WIN. Thank you, Juliette.
Thank you so much, Melissa. So again, my name is Juliette Alman. I am with WIN, but I also work for Collision Right. I am a regional manager, regional operations manager with Collision Right, and I've been in the industry for 21 years now. I started whenever I was in high school. So I got my start as a detailer at a shop whenever I was, still in school. Whenever I graduated, decided that I wanted to make it official and participate in this industry. It was the best decision I've ever made. So I went to Wyotech for collision repair and refinishing, specialized in chassis fabrication and high performance engines. Worked a little bit on the insurance side, but primarily the vast majority of my career has been in the shop side. After I was a detailer and went to school, I worked as a technician, moved into the office as an estimator, moved on to be general manager of a few facilities, and then became a regional operations manager. So I currently oversee 18 centers in 3 states, Pennsylvania, Maryland, and Kentucky. And I became involved with WIN several years ago. As a volunteer, and started really, looking into the different things that they offer, because, since I started in school, even though it wasn't technically through, a technical program, I just really liked the idea that this organization existed primarily to help students join the industry, and give them networking opportunities and scholarship opportunities, which I'll go into in more detail. But WIN it stands for Women's Industry Network. It was founded in 2006, and it's a nonprofit organization. And their mission is dedicated to attracting, developing, and advancing women specifically in collision repair. Of course, we don't believe that women are the only people who are important in collision repair, but we all know that there is just a huge opportunity, and a shortage for technicians and for talent in this industry. And very early in my career, I could see that, this was going to be a problem for us. And I thought, hey, this would be a really great way to, multiply the talent in the industry by attracting people who maybe traditionally didn't really consider the industry as an opportunity for them. WIN tends to really focus on bringing together students, technicians, shop leaders, industry partners, and educators, just to try to really facilitate a welcoming atmosphere for women to join the industry, or for people who may not traditionally be, considered as part of the industry. And again, it's really not just about women. It's truly about strengthening the entire industry through diversity and development and inclusion and networking, and making sure that they get people connected, so that, it gives them an opportunity to either expand their teams, or to really help support individuals who are looking for a career path for themselves. So there's a lot of different programs and initiatives that they use to do this. They support many students with scholarship opportunities each year. Some of them, just to note, they have a Champion Scholarship Award, which is a $2,500 scholarship. They offer mentorship for those scholarship participants and connect them with women in the industry who are advancing in their career so that they have someone to go to and really lean on for support and for guidance. They provide tools and swag. They have different conference opportunities available that the scholarship winners can attend the different conferences, which are really primarily geared towards networking and even a lot of development. They have wonderful speakers that go to these conferences and give really great industry information. Last year at the conference, for example, they had some speakers from the National Institute of Highway Safety that went through a lot of really great ADAS information and kind of provided a lot of that information on how the technology is advancing in the industry and the ways that it affects, not only consumers, but also our shops and our people in the field who are doing the work. There's a lot of student engagement benefits that they have where they can connect students directly to, mentors, like I said, or to, people in the industry who may be able to help them find opportunities after graduation for employment or for, continuing educational opportunities as they have interest in it. So there's many different scholarships that they have. There's different levels. And, one of the main goals of WIN is to come together, do a lot of fundraising surrounding those different scholarships that they offer. And each year it gets bigger and bigger, and we're able to award more students these different opportunities. They also have mentorship programs, which connects emerging talent with experienced leaders. Like I said, they have leadership development. So there's different training, the conferences they have, and various career growth opportunities that they can put people in touch with. Tons of networking and industry events. We have presence at as many conferences and job fairs and really anything that we can get our hands on and that we can be involved with. So if you know of something in your area that has really great participation that you think WIN would make a good impact at, please let me know. And I'm more than happy to connect you with the right people so that we can support those programs as well. They also have recognition programs. So they try to celebrate the top leaders in the industry, things like our Most Influential Women Awards, which really makes a big impact because it highlights the different paths that different women have gone through in this industry to be able to grow in their career. And it gives people, especially the students who are our scholarship recipients, a chance to see exactly how far you can go and how many different avenues there truly are within the industry on the same foundation that they're learning within your tech school programs, which I think is really important. There's a huge impact on students and schools, which we're constantly trying to grow. So scholarships and tools for students entering collision careers has made a really big difference for a lot of different students. We have many students who come from a huge variety of backgrounds. So things like starter tools and toolboxes and foundational equipment can be a really difficult challenge for them as they're entering skilled trades. So we try to have lots of different ways that we can support that. We give exposure to real industry professionals so that they can network and speak to people and find out what are the different things that they can do outside of maybe just necessarily being a technician, because sometimes not the best fit. So we really try to show them all the different ways that they can utilize this information for themselves and grow a career from it. We also support tech schools by connecting them with industry partners. WIN is really heavily involved with organizations like Skills USA, different professional advisory councils for many schools across the nation have WIN members who participate with them. And we also try to help to create pathways from classroom to career. So I'll go a little bit more into detail with a specific program that I'm working on that I think will be really beneficial for everyone on this call and all of our instructors and tech schools across the country to be able to take advantage of, which will be coming out very soon. They also make a huge impact on shops and the industry. We're helping to expand the available workforce pool, just like everyone on this call is. We help shops to attract and retain talent, to develop future leaders, and to improve culture and engagement. The schools that WIN has been able to connect students entering the industry with through the various mentorship programs and even some apprenticeship programs has been really beneficial because it gives them more of a feeling of, hey, we're not only just a shop who's operating in this industry, we're also helping to grow the next generation of technicians, which is very powerful. It strengthens the diversity of thought as well as the customer alignment. My 18 shops, I have a lot of women in different positions. Pretty much every single position in my shop, I have women representing those different positions, and it makes a huge difference whenever customers come in or new technicians come in. Just seeing that diversity and seeing that there's a place for everyone in these stores is really powerful for customers as well. So the reasons why WIN really matters is that it helps to solve a lot of challenges that the industry faces, like technician shortages, talent gaps, and the need for leadership development. So by building the next generation of talent, we're trying to contribute to that by creating career pathways and helping people to understand what the different career pathways are is very powerful, and just strengthening leadership across the industry and helping to create people who not only will be wonderful contributors to our industry, but also ambassadors who can really help to make a difference for the next generation of people who are coming through as well. So one of the most exciting projects that WIN currently has is a virtual classroom visit program that we're working on creating, which I will absolutely share my information in the chat whenever I'm done walking through this. And anybody who is interested in participating in it is welcome to reach out to me. These will be 1 hour live Zoom or Google Meet sessions that instructors can sign up for to show in their classroom. So the program goals are to expose students to real career possibilities across the collision repair industry, highlight the diverse paths that women leaders in the field have gone through, offer practical insight, mentorship, and community for our students who are joining the industry, and collect student feedback, goals, and needs to better serve future sessions. So these will be broken down into one quarterly session. So it's going to be 4 sessions each year. The first session of the first round that we're going to do is called Shift Your Future, Exploring Career Paths in Collision Repair. So this will introduce students to a wide variety of roles available in the industry, from technician to the office, and even different careers with OEMs, parts manufacturers, supporting vendors, and even entrepreneurship. The second session will be Women Who Wrench. So this will be real talk from the shop floor. It's going to highlight the hands-on roles and career opportunities for women in body repair, refinish, welding. And then the third session will be From Back Bay to Boardroom, which will outline building leadership early and showcasing to students how leadership starts now and how students can lead even before they're hired, and how they can position themselves to be a really valuable asset for shops while they're looking for different opportunities whenever they complete their education. And the final session will be Beyond the Bay, which is alternative careers in collision repair. So this would introduce students to careers outside of the shop floor that they can still use their foundational information to build off of, That includes insurance careers, engineering, sales, marketing, consulting, working with different supporting vendors throughout, collision repair, and also even moving into more advanced technological roles like, ADAS and calibrations and things like that. So it's a really exciting program. We think that it's kind of a way for us to be able to get more information into classrooms directly so that more students can be exposed to the information, and we can get more students to be able to participate with different networking opportunities and really start to get them to think about all the different ways they can build a successful career as soon as they finish school and start in the industry. So that's all I had to go through about WIN. Does anybody have any questions?
Thank you so much, Juliette. Everybody, please enter your questions into the chat. I have a few questions. Female students, I know there is a special registration program for them that is available at no cost. Are you able to tell them how to get involved with that?
Yes, absolutely. So we do have on WIN's website, which I'll share that in the chat as well. There is a section that students can go to send in their information and start to get connected with WIN. So I'll drop that in the chat as soon as I'm finished so that can be shared.
Fantastic. Is that how they would get involved with the mentorship program that you spoke about?
Yep, they can do that, or they can even reach directly out to me, and I can share their information as well. I am present. I participate with WIN's Industry Relations Committee, so I do a lot with different conferences and job fairs and things like that. But I also do work really closely with our Student Relations Committee. So the Student Relations Committee is kind of who would take over whenever I provide that information to them, and they are the ones who will work directly with the student to make sure they list out all the different ways that we can support them, find out what their goals are, what they really want to create for themselves. And they're very, very talented with going through our list of volunteers and connecting them with the best people to be able to support them.
Thank you. And I know the collision industry is a pretty broad term.
Yep.
Is there any limitations to, a female in, say, the general automotive industry? What is your, stipulation for the different career choices to be a member?
Oh, yeah, no, we welcome absolutely anyone and everyone. We truly do have members in WIN from every different, sector of the collision repair industry and the automotive industry. We have many women who, are more on the side of automotive service as well. So truly, our volunteer base is so diverse, and it really does give opportunity for young women who are entering the industry to be able to connect with people no matter what path they want to choose.
Fantastic. And any last minute questions for Juliette? And then I have one more for you that I always put on the spot for speakers. Knowing your experience and your long career, what is the best advice you would give to a student that is sitting in a collision repair high school or college today?
So my best advice is that whenever you enter the industry, you're going to get out of it what you put into it. I have been in so many different shops, over the last 20 years, and I continue to work with such a variety of shops. And, what I see time and time again is that the people who really want to, dedicate the time to learning everything they can, to kind of joining the industry and being very open-minded about the different avenues that they can use to really promote themselves and advance their industry are the ones who do the best. I always, anytime I do anything, like leading up to our Maryland State Skills USA contest that's happening next weekend. I'm one of the chairs for it. And one of the things I did was go through and, all of the judges who were volunteering, I asked how many years they've been in the industry, so that I can basically go to those, participants that day and say, okay, these people are going to be, judging you for the day. Whenever the contests are over, I want you all to understand that, between these 12 judges, you're looking at 120 years of experience in this industry, or whatever the number is. Whenever you go into a shop, it's always a good idea to understand the people around you in the business and what their experience has been, and position yourself in a way that you can learn from them, and learn from all of the years that they have into it as well. Because, the people in this business, who've been in it for 20 plus years have seen so many changes, and they've seen, so much advancement that has happened. If you go into it with an open mind and commit to continuing to learn, there truly is no limit to what you can do, regardless of what industry you go into, but especially this one.
Wow, fantastic. Thank you so much, Juliette, for the
Yeah.
information. If you wouldn't mind in the chat, just putting all your contact information, and if anybody has any issues getting a hold of her, feel free to contact me at CREF, and I can definitely put you in touch.
Will do. Thank you so much, Melissa. I
Thank
appreciate it.
you. So, Jose, I'll let you take from here.
How's it going, guys? My name is Jose. I am the project manager for recognition programs at SEMA. So I oversee our scholarship program and our student program. A little bit about me. I actually didn't start my career in the automotive world. I actually started in the social service side of things. So in college, I started off by my first real job was working at a company that helped kids in foster care. And after there, I moved to a company that helped people. I'm based in California, so people that families that were receiving CalWORKs, I helped manage a fund, a government fund that gave them a stipend to buy like household needs and essential items. And after I was done there, the next logical step was, I'm going to break into the automotive world. But it was I kind of stumbled into SEMA, and the original role that I had was at SEMA was doing event logistics for our departments. And honestly, I fell in love with it. And it really taught me that no one really has a clear path in any one industry. And it's okay to pivot and to, really try new things that you're not comfortable with. And now being the head of the student program, I get to preach that to students everywhere, and it's awesome. Some of the things that SEMA offers for students is we have a scholarship program that opens up January 1st every year. The close date actually just passes April 3rd. But we give $100,000 in scholarships every year. So it's a little too late now, but any students out there, if you're over the age of 18, next year you guys can apply. And it's a very simple process. I think it's about 5 or 6 questions and then a letter of recommendation. So one thing I always tell students is there's money out there. You just have to put in the work to look for it and then follow through with the application. And it's way more simple than you would expect, or if you could even reach out to me if you ever need advice or help on filling out scholarship applications, because I think it's so essential to get your name out there and to put these or to get these applications done. Another thing that SEMA offers is inviting students and instructors out to the SEMA show, which is, I know it's super exciting. SEMA show is awesome, but we focus with students and instructors to try to get them some networking opportunities. So what the program is we allow students 16 to 20 to come to the show if an instructor signs up for an instructor pass. So how that process works is in August, or in September, we open up the application. Instructors apply. They just have to prove that they're in the automotive world or in the automotive sector in their university or their high school or tech school, that they're employed, and they have to give us the amount of students that they're going to bring. We keep a 5-to-1 ratio, which is one instructor for every 5 students. So most schools bring out about 15 to 20 students. And then we also allow students over the age of 21 to apply and come on their own. The application also opens up in September. And that one is also a very simple application. You get a letter of recommendation, you fill out a few questions as to why you think you should be, why you should be participating in the SEMA Show student program. And then you get your pass gives you access from Wednesday of SEMA Show to Friday of SEMA Show. At show, we have 3 student-focused events. So Wednesday is our student program kickoff, which is just a networking opportunities for students to meet other students. And, you know, that one is, I want to say, my favorite in terms of energy, because, you know, we have a room full of, let's say, like 700 to 1,000 students. And, you know, some people are a little nervous to talk to people that aren't from their school or they don't know. But really, like, it's important to get some networking opportunities, even if it's not with people in the industry, even if it's with other students, because at the end of the day, you don't know if you could be talking to someone that you might be working with one day, or someone that is working on a cool project that you could participate in, you know. And then on Thursday, we have a industry networking program, which is we invite companies that are exhibiting at SEMA Show to host a table and to give advice to students. So it's sort of a career fair type event. Some of the companies are hiring, some of them just want to give advice to students that are there. We usually have around 40 to 50 companies that participate in this program, and this one is, I think, the best value for students. You get FaceTime with sometimes CEOs of companies, or, you know, the heads of HR. And really, if you're entering the workforce soon, you got to get that FaceTime with anyone that you can. And this gives you some intimate time to have conversations, ask questions, you know, maybe meet people that can introduce you to other people. So that event is awesome. And then we have a Gear Up Girl luncheon, which is for all female students. It's sort of like the industry networking, but it's just geared for female students that are attending SEMA Show. We introduce you to female participants in the industry that have signed up. So also C-suite people, engineers, sales, marketing, all that. And then after you participate in our 2 events, you're free to check out all the education sessions, all the cool cars out front, the ride-alongs, everything. So you get access to everything. And besides that, throughout the year, we do a few other things. The most notable is one of our networks does a career fair in Southern California at the Diamond Bar Garage. And then we do another career fair in our Detroit garage. Yeah, I think that pretty much sums up everything we do at SEMA.
Thank you so much, Jose. Wow, lots of information, some things I didn't even know about. So that's really cool. Please feel free to put your questions in the chat. I'll give everybody a few minutes. A few questions I have, and some of these I'm going to ask because they've been asked of me before. So some of our instructors, and I'm sure it's common in the school world, you know, they might put in to go to SEMA. And, you know, with schools operating at the schedule they are, sometimes they don't find out till, you know, maybe several weeks before the event. What is the cutoff date? And do you have any advice, you know, if they don't know if they're able to attend until after that time frame, what they should be doing?
Yeah, so super common question that I get. I think it's already a kind of a tough sell to to send schools out to Vegas, so I completely understand. We actually keep our registration open until the week before SEMA. So once you get approval, even if it's the Friday before SEMA show, you could still go into our application. I'm still reviewing all the applications, and then once approved, you would just pick up your badges on site. So you would just not get them shipped to you.
Perfect. Thank you. Yes, I know it's probably a very common thing in the education world, not operating sometimes as fast with the approvals and such. Is there a special place that they can go for instructors and students? Do you offer any type of discount in terms of hotel or anything like that for them?
Yeah. So once your application is approved and you get your credentials to start registering your people, I reach out to you with a link to our discounted rooming block at the Circus, which is right across the street from the convention center. So it's super convenient for schools. So it is a discounted rate.
Fantastic. Thank you. I know budgeting is always an issue with these schools. Um, any other questions for SEMA? And just so you know, your event to confirm your welcome breakfast is it starts at 9, correct? On Wednesday?
Yeah, 9 a.m. on Wednesday.
And just to let everyone know what CREF does with our event, our awards breakfast, we do it beforehand, so we can then have students be able to, directly go right down the hall or floor down, very easy to transition from our event to Jose's welcome breakfast. So you'll be able to do both. That's no issues. We've done that, so you can allow them to attend both events. Someone asked, will the SEMA High School Vehicle Build Program ever come back?
As of right now, we don't have plans to bring it back, but I do think that program was a great opportunity for a lot of schools, and it is for sure something that I want to revisit in the future. But right now, there are no plans to bring it back.
Okay, please keep your questions coming. And Jose, do you have any type of, in order to help going back to selling administration and such on the event, do you have anything to help instructors to share the benefits and continuing education opportunities and such? Something that would help to entice admin to show it's a very big event with a lot of benefits. They might see Vegas and need some pushing.
Um, yeah, so I think visiting the SEMA Show website is probably your best bet. The thing that I always point schools to is our education sessions, because really, if you're trying to sell this to the administration, that is a great value. You're taking your students to these sessions where they're talking about marketing, they're talking about industry trends and things that people should be aware about, right? One cool thing that SCRS did for us this year is they um, are going to make their full series education pass completely free for anyone participating in the student program. So in the past, it was like a discounted rate of, I want to say it was $50. The full price, I think, might be around $200, $300. But now if you're registering through the student program, you will be getting it for free. Oh, and also for all the instructors out there, we do have a third path to go to the SEMA show. I know sometimes you have to uh, have a report back to the administration to kind of sell the program. We offer a individual instructor route that you can attend the show without any students by registering through the normal registration route, just getting an association education government badge. That is about a $60 fee, but you could attend the show on your own, and you can do that up to 2 times. And that's mostly to like kind of scout out if the SEMA show is right for your program, or if you need to see the benefits firsthand.
Thank you. And I'm gonna, of course, ask you the same thing I asked Juliette. What would be one piece of advice you would give to students sitting in the classroom today?
The best advice I could give is be eager. I think it's sort of simple, but I think one of the things I didn't realize going into the workforce is how much people would notice if you go that extra step, if you don't have to be asked to um, give it your all or go talk to the person next to you, don't be afraid to come out of your shell, because a big portion of succeeding is, I think, networking. That is, I've met so many incredible people working at SEMA that have given me so many opportunities, and honestly, like being put in charge of the student program and all the other programs that I'm in charge of. I'd had an entire community behind me, kind of guiding me on what the next steps were. So be eager, um, get out of your comfort zone. That is the best advice I can give.
Oh, well said. Thank you. Any last minute questions for Jose? And Jose, if you wouldn't mind putting your email in the chat,
Yes.
and also SEMA's website, just so they can reach out. And there is a section on there for educators too, as well. So, specific information for students and instructors and such is on there. And again, if you can't reach Jose or have any issues, please feel free to reach out to CREF and we can put you in touch. But we hope to have a large amount of instructors and students attending SEMA this year. CREF again will have our annual breakfast on Wednesday, and then we will have our roundtable, our instructor roundtable on Thursday, or excuse me, I believe it's either Tuesday or Thursday. I'll let you know the final date, but we will have that as well. So we have a few CREF events, and then you can also add those on to all of the events and sessions that SEMA itself has. So. Fantastic. Well, I really want to thank our two presenters so much for taking the time today, and thank all the instructors and students for joining us. I hope this was helpful.